I'm in the giant ass glare that is that amount of light. Give me a second here as our cameraman is just getting herself set up, and then I'm going to switch the camera around and let her take over holding it. Then I don't have to worry about it. And we're going to start tonight's meal. Okay, there we go. We are around. You have full camera ability. Yes. Anywho, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cooking with Aces. Because I can. No, so we're going to start tonight. We're going to be doing a pork stir-fry. We're going to give it a little bit of time here. Because we're going to be preparing ingredients, it's going to take a little bit of time to start up. But that's going to give people additional time to come in. I got a hell of a lot of likes and retweets and things from people that apparently really like the idea of trying to cook alongside me. Hopefully they'll be able to get the ingredients together. You guys will be able to get yourself set up and be able to join us while we do this pork stir-fry. Now, we're going to start off right away here with what things we need. Now, I'm going to be using a wok, just a stove, regular stove wok. You don't need to do that. Honestly, just a large pan will do perfectly fine. So, although we may be using a wok, that's not the important part. Don't worry about the little things. It's just not worth worrying about. We're also going to be using pork. I already cubed up a bunch of pork here, as you can see. They're just pork cutlets that have been, or cutlets rather, that have been cubed. You can substitute in beef, but you'll probably find the spicing that we're using may not work with beef. You may need to change the spicing up a little bit in order to do that. But, you know, it can be beef instead of pork. Some people are able to eat pork. Some people are not. Some people are able to eat beef. Some people are not. We actually ran into somebody yesterday that did my hair, which is nice and freshly cut.
Thank God.
Yeah, that apparently can't eat beef, which would drive me insane because I love beef. But that's not the point. So, we've already got our pork cut up and ready to go. So that's one step that we don't need to worry about. That's just one of the things that I do here in my house now. Whenever we pick up any kind of pork or anything like that, I dice it up and get it preset in Tupperware containers. They stay good in the fridge. I can freeze them if need be. And it just means I can cut stages out when I go to cook things. I mean, when I have all of this stuff already pre-cut up and ready to go, I can start a stir-fry and be done in 15-20 minutes. Which, for me personally, I don't like cooking more than about 15 or 20 minutes. Honestly, if a meal takes longer than that, something's wrong. Or I'm showing people, or I'm actually entertaining while I'm doing it. I'm not actively cooking the entire time. So we're going to go over here to the other ingredients, which we've already gotten some of them sorted out. These are spring onions or green onions. Different people have different terminologies for them. They're the same bloody thing. But so we'll be starting with those. Take the outside pieces off. As that one's pretty good. That one, we won't use that part. So basically, we go through and we see how much of it, see the rigidity of it, for lack of a better term. It kind of tells you how fresh it is, how strong it'll be, how much it'll be nice and flavored. And I'll be dicing all of these up, although we'll probably only be using the equivalent of maybe 3 in the stir fry. We won't really be using that much, but I'll dice them all and put them in a container so that they'll be ready to use at another time. Yet again, one of the things that I try and do in order to save on time down the road. So, actually, these are nice and quite strong. These should be good ones.
We have a comment from
Go for it.
Buckeye Dawn.
Buckeye Dawn! Hey, bud, how you doing?
And it's, he's still here.
I am still here. I do come back occasionally, and I do stream whenever I can. But as we've explained before, unfortunately, my streaming PC is down at the moment, and with the Elgato streaming deck is not working properly. So unfortunately, I can't do game streaming right now. I can only stream on my phone. Hence why we've been doing cooking streams in the most recent times. Most of our streams in recent months, I guess, have been cooking streams, because there's something that I can do off the cuff really fast, hour and a half. That's about all the time I usually have in most instances, and I can get into it, and I can enjoy it, and I have a good time, and it seems that you guys seem to enjoy it as well. So we're going to keep trying to do the cooking streams whenever we can. And hey, who knows? Maybe you guys will learn something, or maybe I'll learn something, or maybe we'll all just have a good time. That's all I really care about.
We have a subscription.
A subscription?
Yep.
Okay. Read out the name.
Blue Sus Homar.
Blue Sus!
There we go.
Hey, Blue Sus, thank you very much. Is it a resub or a new sub? It should be a resub.
It's a resub,
I
and it's
thought
for
so.
39 months.
39 months. Thank you very, very much, Blue Sus, for your continued support for the Furion stream. Let's see some aces, fists, and hearts in chat, ladies and gentlemen, for Blue Sus. I know we haven't done that kind of stuff for everyone in a while, but I think, considering how many people come in now, I think we can go back to going with one for every time. We have a psycho cat playing with something in the background. Sorry, threw me off there. So, basically, I'm taking off all of these. These are just leaves. They aren't... Yeah, although, sometimes it's hard to tell when it comes to broccoli as to what's leaves and what isn't. You know, we don't really want to eat the leaves. They all taste the same, but still.
You're terrible.
They're all equally bad. I'm not even going to apologize for that comment, because, yeah.
You and your vegetable issue.
Okay, pick off a bunch more leaves. And again, basically, we're going to cut the stems off, because the stems... Let's move that to the side for now. The stems are going to be prepared differently, so we don't keep them with all the rest of the broccoli, because it's prepared one way, the stems are prepared a different way. I feel like you have that camera in my nose. Is
Hold on a
it too
minute.
close? Yeah, there you go. Is it too close? Or isn't it like ridiculously zoomed in?
No.
Oh,
It's not too bad.
okay. Anyhow, once again, we go through, take off any extra leaves. I think that's the majority of them. We're going to go in.
Do you have the pantry in the TARDIS?
Do I have the pantry in the TARDIS?
Yep. That's from Buckeye.
No, but I do have a TARDIS shower curtain.
Yes, we do.
So that would be good.
Kerbo?
Kerbo, hey bud, how you doing?
His comment is dinner time here, but dropping in to say howdy.
Indeed. Dinner. Well, obviously it's dinner time, bud. Dinner time here as well, considering that we're preparing to cook. That's the whole point. I figured this way, if people are able to, if they're able to get their stuff together, they might even want to be able to cook with me. So I'm going to try and do streams, cooking streams specifically, at or around this time. Or maybe I'll start a little bit earlier, depending. We'll take feedback on that. You know, if I was to start half an hour or an hour earlier, would that make it easier for people to have dinner ready for their families?
My dinner is McDonald's. That's from Blue's.
Now you see, Bluesus, did you see my tweet earlier on about the fact that I was going to cook tonight? If so, you might have been able to get the stuff together and been able to cook with me.
Dork. Sorry. Whoops.
Oh, I'm definitely a dork. I'm good with that. Once again, we're dicing up all of the broccoli. We probably won't use the entire thing, but I'd rather cut it all up and prepare it because it'll save time the next time I go to cook.
Let me steal a look. Oh, broccoli, and it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
We just picked it up.
It literally just came from the store, and
Boink.
there she steals one to eat because she actually likes vegetables.
Yes, I eat broccoli raw and cauliflower.
They're just garnish for better foods. Dead soldier. See? You know how I know that vegetables aren't good for you? Even the cat won't eat that.
No, but my mom's dog would.
Actually, yes.
He loves carrots. Raw carrots.
Well, there's one in every family.
Yeah, but usually they're not four-legged. Did you see our melons? Aren't they nice?
She's very proud of her melons. I can't really fault her for it, but it's not very often that you say that over the internet.
Never mind.
Somebody made a good comment on it.
Apparently, yep.
Mm-hmm.
This would be from Bluesis.
Okay.
They are nice and firm and look full too.
Oh, yes. So, the stalks. Generally considered the worst part of the broccoli.
I like them.
Yeah, well, you're weird.
Thank you. It's funny because normally I do this part.
So, just a regular potato peeler will also work on the stalks. If you look at it, if this is the area that hasn't been cut, we don't want this outside edge. We only want the internals.
Internals.
Get rid of the flesh. Go for the meat. Even on a vegetable. Okay.
Look at, he's making a mess.
That's kind of the point. So, this top part will be pretty dry because that's the spot that was open. We don't want it, so we just cut the top off. That'll be part of the stuff that's thrown out, but the rest will be good.
The flesh is weak.
The flesh is weak.
That'd be Buckeye.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You can feel there's quite a bit of resistance in that. So, I mean, you could cook it and eat it fine if you need a whole bunch more, but that almost needs to be cooked twice as long as the rest.
Yeah.
Or eaten straight because you're weird.
Thank you.
But they're fine. So, I mean, a full container with just from one broccoli is par for the course, right? That's about what we want. Yes, I am concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
That whole section is pretty bad. She's going to be stealing all of them in a minute.
Yes, yes, I am. Frosty says hello.
Frostia?
That's it. Thank you.
Hey, Frostia. She's literally stealing the broccoli off the side. I'm losing broccoli as we speak. You can hear the difference when it's one that has a lot of resistance when you cut it compared to the ones that are quite easy. You can definitely tell when you're cutting them.
Dingo?
Dingo?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dingo, long time no see.
We got a hey sis, long time no see.
Like
How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing, Dingo? Okay, so there's all the ones that we're keeping in the container. I'll throw this out. I'll show.
We got Mitch Bluntworth.
Hey!
Resub 68 months.
Mitch Bluntworth with the 68-month resubscription! Mitch, thank you very, very much, sir, for your 68 glorious months of fury and support. Let's see some aces, fists, and hearts in chat from Mitch Bluntworth. And that's 68-month resub. Thank you, bud.
We've got a Rosmer. Rosmer?
Roz. Oh, Roz, yeah. Hey, Roz, how you doing?
Apparently, you're missed.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to the spring onions. So, once again, we've put a bunch aside. We'll deal with them in a second. We're not really sure how much of them are going to be used or not. I'm going to take off the ones off to the edge again. Those will be judged as to whether they're worthy or not in a second. Oh, geez, that whole thing is empty. That is too. So, first thing, nip the tip.
Sorry.
Did it on purpose. Now,
You're screwing up my...
your focus? Having issue? I have
You're
two sizes of containers, and I do this on purpose. Well, actually, I have 2 containers. We'll keep this one for something else. I have 2 containers, and there's a reason why I do this. On the spring onion, we've got the area down here that's solid. This is solid all the way through. And then we've got the leaves that are all hollow. Right? The green leaves are hollow. The thing is, they have a different type of flavor, the different areas of the spring onion. So, in this case, we're going to cut up the solid stuff, and we're going to put it in one container. And we just keep an eye, and you can feel when you kind of run out. Now it's starting to be hollow, right? That one's hollow.
I can't remember how to say the name.
Frostia.
Frostia says take care, have fun, and so on.
Thank you very much, Frostia.
We got Master Fodder, bacon, question mark.
Hey, Master Fodder. No, we're not cooking bacon today. I do eat things other than bacon occasionally, you know. It does happen.
Rare.
I
mean,
realize
yes.
it is rare. I did have bacon yesterday, actually. But I haven't had that much bacon other than that. So, these are the non-solid pieces. And she's going to reach in and steal some. And we put them separately. And we actually use them at different times in the cooking process because they have a different intensity depending on how you use them. So these are hollow. Once again, we'll put them in a different section.
Oh, and apparently I'm not the only one that stole an onion.
I see.
Rosmere steals onion, crunch, crunch.
Fair enough.
And I'm not sure if I'm going to get this one right. Carmelaroni?
Carmelaroni?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Says, finally a cooking stream that I'm not going to miss again. And bacon, or no bacon? Question mark, question mark.
Fair enough. No, we're not cooking any bacon today, guys. That's not going to happen. So we're taking a look at these leaves of the ones that we snapped off. We want to take off that section of it. You see, up in here, it feels kind of soft and rubbery. You can actually feel that.
Rubbery.
Right? Soft and rubbery. But down this end, feel it there.
Yeah.
It's a lot stronger. So this part is really good. This part would probably be fine for a flavor perspective, but the actual feel when you're eating that section won't feel right. It'll feel slimy, for lack of a better term, when you're eating it.
Sorry if I'm crunching.
That just means you're enjoying. So, same thing. Take them out, cut off the joiner section. Take a quick feel down through the thing.
We have a question on whether you plan on getting back to gaming. Streaming, sorry.
Streaming gaming. The problem there, guys, is time, to be honest. I have an issue right now with the Elgato streaming card. It is not working properly. That was the first kind of stopper in my stream. And then it's down to time. I don't have that much time anymore. And by the time I do finish work and finish all the other activities that I'm trying to get finished, then I'm usually so exhausted I just flop on my chair and play a casual game. In fact, I barely play DayZ or any type of shooters for that matter anymore. I'm getting old, I'll be honest. I'm feeling old. How do we put it that way? I have been feeling old of late. And I have carpal tunnel in my wrist. I have tendonitis in my elbow. I literally have wrist braces and a big arm brace to try and heal these things because of the amount of computing I've done over the years. I would love if it was the other reason, but that's not the reality of why I've got them.
I'm trying
The name you can't pronounce?
to... No, I'm just trying to keep up with the different...
The chat?
Yeah. We got Frady Amy
Frady Amy's come to join us.
with the laugh mic off.
I see. You can swear. It's fine.
I'm trying to be good.
I appreciate it.
And I'm not drinking wine, which means it's going to happen. I mean, me being good.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Once again, we've got the solid section, and then we've got the section that isn't solid. And we want to keep them separate. So like I said, they're used at different times in the cooking process to different effect.
That's okay. Amy's like, oh, no wine? Nope.
No, not this time. We have some wine, but it's wine to be used in
Cooking.
sauce. We're preparing to make a wine sauce, Amy. Remember? One of those nights when we have you and your significant other over, I was going to cook a multi-course meal. I may even stream it, actually, if you want to be the camera woman. We'll see. Or John. But multi-course meal, and that will be the transition. Will be a wine sauce and such.
Bloodthirsty cheeseburger.
Hey!
And we got, and here we see the Canadian cooking his meal. He's using his opposable thumb in order to declare dominance over others. Oh, good God.
I even heard it in a David Attenborough voice. Very good, Bloodthirsty.
Amy says, wine sauce and cheesy bread.
Yep. The only problem with the wine sauce and cheese bread, as Frady, Amy, and the Maiden can attest, it was so good we ate it as a meal. We literally finished 2 loaves of cheese bread and a whole bottle of wine worth of wine sauce because it was so good and we just kept eating.
Okay, Bloodthirsty said, only aces would understand that.
That's because I've done the exact same thing to the Maiden and Frady Amy. Heck, you know I used to do it on stream occasionally. Battle Royale is a lot more entertaining if David Attenborough is narrating the situation. Okay, we're almost done our spring onions. It's funny, you know, as a kid, I never had spring onions. My mother actually doesn't like them. And I never had them. And in fact, it wasn't until, I want to say a couple, maybe last year, maybe the year before, when I was cooking one night, or when we were in the store one day, rather, and I saw them and I picked them up, didn't I? You want to talk about weird enthusiasm for why you do something? I'm not even kidding. For anyone who has ever played Stardew Valley, okay? You know the very first season in Stardew Valley, in the spring, if you go down into the lower area, you find spring onions. You can harvest the spring onions, you can use them in your meals, or you can sell them. I'm not even kidding when I say I was in the grocery store, saw the spring onions up on the shelf, went over, sniffed them, liked the smell of them, and said, I'm going to get some spring onions. And that was the first instance to have them. And it was literally the only reason I knew what they were was because of Stardew Valley. It is really sad that I associate those type of things together. Gaming is how I find my associations. But that is literally what happened. What? No, I need... Oh, your mouth is full. I bought a bottle of mead because I love Skyrim. I do not enjoy mead. I'll stick to whiskey. Yeah, oddly enough, our friend Charlie bought mead. He likes it. I'm like, I'm gonna try mead. Yeah, no, I do not like mead at all. I'm not much of an alcohol drinker to begin with, but I definitely don't like mead. Okay. It's interesting. So they go from being solid down to round. Now, I'm going to put those in the solid container. There's enough interior piece there to keep them in the solid section. But they're obviously not solid anymore. And that's how we switch them over. You can hear these crunch while I'm cutting them. That's how fresh they are. Oh. The ever-present smell of spring onions. That's a good one.
Which is funny because he never used to eat onions either.
No. No, I did not like onions whatsoever. My dad is annoyed considering how much time was spent arguing over onions in my youth.
And now he eats them often.
Now they're in almost every stir fry that I make. Which we totally need to have my parents over for dinner sometime soon.
As long as you're cooking.
Yes, I cook all the time. Why would I not cook when my parents come over?
Sorry, you're making me laugh with just making the friggin' phone move.
Are you guys distracting my cameraman?
No. I need wine.
No, no, you don't. We don't want the camera to shake. Half my audience with motion sickness by the end of...
Hey, Austin did pretty good.
No, he did. There was a couple of people that left because of it, though.
I believe it.
I didn't want to say anything to him, but they definitely did.
He did his best.
No, he did fine.
Mind you, I'm not much better.
You're doing fine, too. There we go. Okay. Green onion's done.
Sorry, I'm trying to stay out of the light. Looks good. I'm gonna eat all your broccoli.
We'll get the cauliflower out and nibble on it if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
We have cauliflower. You can eat it instead.
Do you know which spices you're thinking of using?
I know some of them, yes. So in my tweet out to people, I just put plus spices because everybody has their own spices that they like, they dislike. Some people like really spicy things, some people don't. For instance, I'll use that quite often, roasted garlic and red pepper. But this has some good heat to it. Sometimes it works for the Maiden and I, sometimes it doesn't. So, you know, it's I put just spices because everyone... Bring out what you got. Bring out your dad.
Bloodthirsty says throw some sesame seed oil on them, add some sesame seeds, and bake them on low.
To what?
For 20 minutes. It doesn't say anything else.
Oh, I'm assuming he's talking about the spring onions.
I'm assuming. And yes, he still has the hat.
Of course I have the hat. It's been enshrined at this point.
It's half falling apart. Shh.
It has been repaired.
Yeah, by me.
And my mom. What are you doing?
Trying
I thought
to
you were going to stay in that spot.
No!
Okay.
Because I got to fight with the light.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry. I apologize.
So-
Okay. Last thing. Shrooms.
Mushroom!
Mushroom. I'm going to be going to and from the sink.
The broccoli, the spring onions. Mushroom. Sorry.
So, these are stuffer mushrooms, which means they're huge. Huge. Yes.
Smile. Badger. Dang it!
So yeah, take that spot because I got to go back and forth to the sink here with them.
Yep. I'm trying to keep the light in the right area.
I know. You're doing fine. So, I need to wash them off quickly. Doesn't matter that mushrooms come washed. You still want to wash them again, just to be sure. After all, we do know what they're grown in, so better to take the time, give them a quick rinse. Make sure you lovingly rub your finger around through the crease.
Really? Oy vey. What are we cooking today?
We are cooking a pork stir fry. Once again, if you are in fact able to get the ingredients together and want to join in cooking and have any questions during the process, please do not hesitate to ask them. We can slow down, we can speed up, we can go back over something.
I will do my best to read it all out.
The important thing is that you ask. We definitely won't be able to answer if you don't ask. Off of it.
Good luck with that. Does playing Daisy help with the cooking process?
No, because Daisy's cooking process is terrible.
Make love to the mushroom, rub it. Never mind, I'm not repeating it.
So, first things first, knock the stem out.
Do you need a long stick and a campfire? Wait, never mind.
He's talking about Daisy.
I know.
Okay.
But I'm thinking of my, you know,
Your campfire, yes.
my
no, I
my,
realize
my
it.
fire pit out back.
Yes.
Wrong stick. Ah! Whoops.
Nope, that's fine. Okay, so we need one of them and one of them. This is another situation where we're going to be splitting them up.
Are we dicing them?
We're going to do both.
Ah.
We're going to slice and dice.
Ooh.
So, first, let's put them over to the side here so that you can see what I'm doing.
Whoops.
This one's, I may not be able to use this knife. I may have to switch to a bigger one.
We have a kitty cat.
Which kitty cat?
The Isis.
The Isis is coming to visit, is she?
Hi, dear. Meow. Sorry.
That's fine. All I'm doing is cutting mushrooms. I don't think there's an issue.
Your cat looks cranky.
She always looks cranky.
Unless you're petting her.
If you aren't actively petting her, then you should be. So, yes, she always looks cranky.
Yeah, she never leaves me alone. I can't do anything without her sitting right beside me the entire time.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to have to switch to a bigger knife.
Okay.
You just put that on the counter behind you, please.
I will do my best. Without. Okay, there we go.
That's fine. So, bigger knife. Bit more of a rocker knife too.
Heaters. Kitty! Meow meow. Sorry.
Stop apologizing.
Can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Canadian.
Very much so.
Yep, I'm more Canadian than most Canadians. I'm waiting for the agreement because he's the one that usually tells me I do that way too much.
Which means that I don't need to agree because you already know.
He's told me a few times. Oh, Canada. Yep. The ultimate Canuck. Yay! Love you, Amy.
Pretty much.
You've gotten a lot better at that.
Yes, I have. I've done it a lot. Think about how much we use mushrooms now.
True. And onions, because you like them diced too.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten as fast as they are on the anime, though. I'm working on it.
Found a long stick. I don't want to know.
Get your hand out of your pants.
A bag of kitty stuff on the... Ah, yes. I forgot that was sitting there.
Mm-hmm. So, the stems, just like anything else, cut them into 4, and then I just cut them up that way. And they're pretty much diced at that point, because they just break apart.
What is this health nonsense? Where's the bacon fried bacon? This is from Cougar 509.
Show them my deep fryer.
That's full of bacon grease.
Open it up.
I don't want to open it up.
Why? Because it smells really good?
Because I'm terrible at doing this stuff. It doesn't want to
Push the
open.
button.
No.
The button on the left
I don't
side.
use it. There we go. And it's dark. There we go. That's all bacon grease.
I've graduated from cooking bacon outside to cooking it straight in my deep fryer inside.
But that's because, well, I don't have a problem with bacon.
Yeah. And I finally decided, why the hell am I cooking outside all the time for bacon when I can do it inside instead? Okay. So, I think we've done enough prep work. We can actually start cooking the meal. We've waited for enough people to come in. If they were going to come in and be able to cook with us, they would be already here.
We got Trolley TV says hello.
Hey, Trolley. Part of the reason why we've been sitting here doing all of this prep work is because I wanted to give people extra time if they did want to cook with us, to get themselves all sorted out, have all the resources and materials ready to go, and also give more people time to get into the channel. But we're about to start the actual cooking process and actually start making this meal.
We got When's Dinner Dad from Bloodthirsty.
Well, when we start cooking, usually it's about 20 to 25 minutes tops.
Is it Diavolon?
Diavolon?
I'm just waiting to see food so I can go to bed and sleep.
Oh, jeez, Diavolon. Okay, okay. The masses have spoken, fair enough. We'll get back to this after we start the actual food. So, I need to get the oil, please. A little bit of vegetable oil. You don't have to do it this way. I've actually worked without doing it, but I find it helps at the start.
You were supposed to put the ingredient list on screen.
It's on my Twitter page. I tweeted out the ingredients right after I said I was going to stream tonight, and let people know that if they wanted to stream with me, they could. I put the recipe, or at least the ingredients that you needed to have in order to join in the following tweet, literally 3 minutes afterwards. So if you check back on my Twitter feed, you'll see the list of ingredients.
Dingo says I refuse to use Twitter. I don't even have a Twitter account.
Okay, well, if you refuse to use Twitter, fair enough. We need pork. So, diced pork, or cubed pork. It's just straight pork loin cutlets.
Looks good.
We'll start with those. And then we've got spring onions, mushrooms, and broccoli. That's all. Those are the resources, right?
So, that's
Those are the leaves of the spring onions and the stalks of the spring onions.
And then we got broccoli.
Broccoli all diced up.
And we got mushrooms. And I don't know what spices he plans on using, so...
Yeah, well, I said I didn't actually specify what spices because those are down to personal preference. You know, everybody prefers different types of spicing and such. So we'll get to those and we'll kind of work our way through the spices when we get there. And it all depends on what spices you have. Like, you may not have some of the spices that I use.
That's not how real Food Network shows do it.
I don't give a rat's ass how the real Food Network goes. I cook for real people, not the Food Network. I cook for you guys. And for us to eat. Okay, so we got a little bit of oil in there. I turned it up about 5, 6-ish, about medium heat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I diced these, or I cubed these up yesterday, I think it was.
Yep. I was kidding, Aces.
No worries.
Yumminess.
So we are going to use the whole thing. One of the nice things about pork, especially with recent times,
it's cheaper.
It is much cheaper. Beef right now, we are paying about 25% more than we normally would. I mean, we got 2 small, in fact, I'll even show you. Oh, you put them up there.
Yes.
Thought you would put them in the meat tray. We got 2 of these. Just small steaks. They're not even that thick.
Hold on, hold still. Right there.
$9 Canadian for that. That should be about $5. Should be. Okay? So that's $9. And that's just over $9.
And you get like 6 of them.
So that's nearly 3 times as much meat for the same price. Yes, it's pork instead of beef.
COVID inflation, exactly.
Exactly. So we've switched to cooking. Most of our things that we cook now is pork. And, you know, I'm working with pork and finding...
Pork and chicken.
Pork and chicken, yeah. Although chicken's expensive too.
Yeah, which I don't understand either. And we've got cooking fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name. Food is nice, home cooked. Yeah, you're right about that.
Cooking fat. Oh yeah, definitely.
And
home cooked food is definitely better than going out.
Oh. And this is our spice cupboard.
Yeah. So that's why I say it depends on what spices you have. Because I have quite a few now.
Gotta love the Katie shaker, huh?
And yet I don't think we've ever used that.
Yes, we have.
Just for your kids?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll be using both of those. So these are dried crushed garlic and crushed red onions. Both of those will be going into it. It's actually really good. I'm really enjoying these dried crushed ones.
I convinced him to pick them up.
Yeah, they've been worthwhile. How are you feeling? You're not up for heat?
Smidge.
Okay, so we'll do a little bit of the roasted garlic, but both of these will be in for sure. Take that out of the way.
So yeah, let's see if I can get that there.
We'll be using that.
It won't.
We'll be using that. Using that.
That is cumin. Sorry, it keeps readjusting.
Yep. Hang on a second. Come back up here for a sec. So the pork is already starting to cook just a little bit. And we're going to start putting some soy sauce in. Now I really like soy sauce. Ming's not as big of a fan, but when you're cooking with soy sauce, it's nowhere near as strong. If you want something to really taste like soy sauce, you use it afterwards. This is a little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcester sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. Sorry.
Yep.
And I'm not drunk.
Lee and Perrins.
Yes.
And it must be said that way, just so that you realize you're not allowed to just call it Lee and Perrins. It's Lee and Perrins. Pronunciation is very important.
Anyways. Slaughterhaven says, hey.
Hey, Slaughter.
We got garlic is life. Yes, it is.
There is another one.
I roasted garlic, a pepper once, says Rosemary.
Nice. It's that particular spice is very nice, but it does have a tendency to be hotter than you expect. So that's why it's sort of, sometimes we'll use it, sometimes we won't. And that's down to an individual basis. So again, this is why I didn't say make sure you've got these specific spices, because everybody prefers different amounts, different types. So we're going to put a little bit more soy sauce in there.
Amy, I did the studying today. Brain is numb. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be like, nah.
Okay, so that's cooking up nicely. Going to turn it up a little bit more. We're going to keep it at about 6.
Okay, so this is what we got. Oh, stop readjusting. Keeps doing it, and I can't get it.
Back up a little bit more and just call them out.
Turmeric, ground cinnamon, ground cumin.
Yep.
That's great. Roasted garlic and peppers. And you've already seen these ones. Crushed red onions. Oh, stop doing that. And crushed garlic.
While she's doing that, I'm going to continue cutting up the mushrooms.
Mushroom!
I got you doing it.
I know, it's terrible. I am so mad at you. Troy B?
Okay.
You're looking well, Aces.
Hey, Troy. Thank you very much, sir. I'm doing my best.
Fresh ginger root in any pork dish is just yumminess.
Well, we actually have ginger, but I've found anytime we've used ginger in the past, it hasn't cooked up very well. None of us are really big fans of ginger, so it's not like there's a huge demand to have it in the meals. And in general, I just end up using other spices instead. But the container inside there in the top left, or the lower shelf rather, is actually that is, I think. That's what that is.
Is that?
Yeah, that's crushed ginger.
Come on, there we go. It's odd to see Asus without a cap, but I like it.
Thank you. The only reason I continued to wear the helmet was because, or the hat rather, helmet, was because it became a thing of my channel, right? It's something that people recognized of my channel every time. So when it became a thing, I just kept wearing it.
Ginger took the breakup really hard. Apparently you look very dapper and handsome in your button-up and sharp haircut.
Ooh, thank you. Was that Amy?
No, that was from Slaughterhaven.
Wow, really, Slaughter? Dude, if you want to come over and eat, you're welcome to do so. You don't need to butter me up first.
Never mind. You should always wear a helmet while cooking.
I'm wearing my pants. What's your point?
Nope.
Okay, we've got enough diced up mushrooms, because we literally have a full container.
So you're just gonna slice those ones?
Yeah.
Are those pants pristine? Stop that right now. This is a family show.
No, it isn't. I've got it marked as mature.
I'm staying out of all of this. I'm just the camera person, and I'm not very good at that either.
Didn't want to break today.
What, didn't want to who?
They didn't want to cut.
Maybe they felt like arguing.
I guess. Okay.
I don't know, they look damaged.
Let's take a look over here. We need one of them silicone spatula. Already starting to come out nice.
Oh my goodness, it smells amazing.
I know they always say that, but you know, it really does.
I'm already getting hungry.
I don't want to know.
It's your fault. I've gained so much weight since moving here.
So, crushed garlic. Again, season to your own preference. Just remember, you're usually better off to start with a little bit rather than a lot. Crushed red onion. Wow, that just... Onion!
Yep. Do you have a name for this dish?
Stir fry. Now, this is where we get into the stalks. So these are green onion stalks, right? She's going to steal and eat one. As they're solid. These actually have more flavor in them, but they don't necessarily feel right when you eat them. Okay? So instead, we use these as part of the cooking process, which will soften them up, bring out more of the flavor in the dish, and by the time we actually finish, they'll have softened up enough to be... They won't be disjarring when you eat them. Put the lid back on. Now the reason we put the crushed onions and crushed garlic in at this point, we want to make sure that that disseminates out throughout the whole thing. And this particular stuff is dried crushed garlic. Okay? We want to hydrate a little bit. So spend a little bit more time in the meal, in the juices in there, will hydrate it a little bit better and help it spread out. That way you don't end up with little crunchy chunks of garlic. You actually get it to spread out and as an even flavor.
Hungry now. Amy. That's because she knows what it tastes like.
Well, that's right. Amy has been here before when I've cooked this, so she knows what this tastes like.
Uh-huh. We need hummus now. This man knows his... I'm not saying that. Stuff. There we go.
Uh-huh. continue to cut up the mushrooms. We have different possible uses for the mushrooms. I could keep them for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're having steak, which we may actually stream, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It depends on whether the maiden agrees to it. We may stream tomorrow as well, cooking the steaks that you saw a minute ago. And we'll be doing steaks and mushrooms and several other things.
Apparently they think you should call it churno.
Call that churno?
Yep.
Sounds... I think it's more of a rog myself, but...
Well, they were already voting on it, and apparently everybody's good for it.
Okay, can we meet in the middle and go with a Pop Ivan?
What? The?
These are places I'm dizzy.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I knew what churno was.
Okay.
Majority rules, we win.
Oh, come on. Pop Ivan is a good name for it, and you guys know it. It's possible we have a few Tupperware containers.
Yep. You're in charge, boss. Okay, I'm not going there. Ever considered playing Hunt Showdown, Aces?
I actually have played the Hunt Showdown, and I do not like its weapon mechanics whatsoever. To be honest, I'm going to be blunt here, guys. I am losing the ability to track targets properly, and it is incredibly frustrating as someone who used to be able to do it very, very well. Maybe it's just because I don't have the time to keep up the skill. Maybe it's because I'm getting old and I don't have the eyesight. I don't know, but it is definitely the case that I am not able to track targets as well as I used to. And it is incredibly frustrating. To the point where I haven't played that many shooters of late at all. Hell, I uninstalled EFT last month. I think I still have DayZ installed because I play it every once in a while with a couple of the guys. I tried installing Arma 3 a couple of days ago to join Johnny and Hero School and a couple of the others. And I actually uninstalled Arma 3 after an evening. That's how much it frustrated me.
Sorry to hear that.
It's a reality that I've gotten to. So I play more strategy games. Like I'm playing Mountain Blade 2. I'm playing... Geez, what else am I playing? I've been playing a whole bunch lately. Avorion.
Have you tried I'm gonna say this wrong. Genshin Impact?
Hang on. Genshin Impact.
There we
No,
go.
I don't know that one. But yeah, anyway, Battle Brothers. Actually, I got the 2 new DLCs for Battle Brothers just recently, so I've been playing it again. I'll most probably go back to 7 Days to Die in the near future. The Maiden and I haven't played that in a while. We still have our game to go through. Although our base has proven to be ridiculously overpowered. It was like night 70. We didn't have to do a thing.
77.
77. Our base did everything. Like, we literally just sat in the base and heard the base kill everything. And we didn't have to do a damn thing the whole damn time. It was crazy how well that base did. It's the latest base design.
Minimint?
Minimint? Yep.
He says, they say hi, sorry.
Hey, Minimint. Long time no see, sir.
Slaughterheaven says, I feel your pain, don't let it beat you down, man.
Yeah, I do my best. I try. Basically, I've put more focus into other games instead. I am currently playing a game called Medieval Dynasty. And it's an alpha game. I'll fully be honest there. It's still in development. It is a lot of fun. It is, for lack of a better term, it is a city development game in a Kingdom Come style. So it's like you're playing Kingdom Come, except all you're doing is building your city, like building a town. which I actually think they're planning to put into Kingdom Come at some point. But that's all that this one is. And it is really, really good. Like, I've most probably put 20, 30 hours into it. And I wasn't expecting anything like that from this game. I really, really wasn't. I figured I'd play it for 5 hours or so, enjoy what I had, and that would be it, and I'd never touch it again. And I've kept coming back and wanting to play more, wanting to push forward and get the next goal, get the next building. Definitely worthwhile. So that's Medieval Dynasty.
We have Bloodthirsty says, if you'd like to sell your EFT account, I'll grab it.
No, I won't sell my EFT account, but that's one thing I don't believe in is selling accounts.
Rosemere says, I just played 7D2D.
That's 7 Days to Die.
Okay. Again, and I forgot how to get rolling. It's been years. Yeah,
Yep. And not only that, but this recent update to 7 Days to Die, if you were used to things back before, it's no longer the case. Like, you really need to get back in the frame of mind of things. It's very different.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
White Rabbit.
Hey!
Resub. 68 months. Comment, get some paint for that wall.
Hey, White Rabbit, long time no see, bud. Thank you so much for the 68-month resubscription. Honestly, I don't even worry about the wall anymore. When I come to sell this place at some point in the future, then I'll paint the wall.
We got Dingo saying Medieval Dynasty looks great. Diavolon.
Yep.
I've seen Medieval Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a game one can get addicted to quickly. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. So we're taking the top off now for this because I want to boil away a lot of the excess liquids. We've got a lot of liquids in there and we don't want that to be the case.
Oh, it smells so good.
It already is doing very well in that regard. Now we're going to start adding the diced mushrooms.
Deadman said fire the barber. I like his hair.
It's better than it was before it was cut.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Apparently, I rivaled Ringo.
Oh, you have no idea. It looked like a bowl cut. Like, seriously.
Okay, so mushrooms are in. The last two things that we'll be putting in will be the green onion leaves and the broccoli. But we don't want to be putting those in until right at the end. Basically, we're just going to steam cook them right at the very end.
Sorry.
Okay, down an octave, please.
Dead Man mentioned Ringo beats us stuck in the 80s Vanilla Ice do.
You want to keep that band hammer?
Yeah, and then Slaughterhaven said, you ain't wrong.
I'm not arguing, to be fair. Hey, I like Vanilla Ice. Piss off.
I'll just ban myself.
Okay, so I've mixed the mushrooms in. We want to make sure we get them into that liquid so that they can suck up as much as they can.
Mushroom. Great! This is so your fault!
Badger. Mushroom.
You're terrible.
Okay. Let's put the lid back on because we want it to soak up some of that liquid. And so, okay, we're done with... I think we'll keep the diced mushrooms out because we'll probably add some more. But we're done with the green onion stock. So we don't have many green onions in that package. I was surprised. So we'll have to get some more soon.
You cut yours a little bigger than I cut them.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Well, it looks good. Okay.
Is that pork and ice baby in the wok? Yes, that's exactly what that is. It is pork. You can in fact unmod yourself, FYI. Nice, Slaughterhaven. Don't though. We are officially a brewery as of last week. Congratulations. Nice job, Dead Man. Last time I cut my hair, I ended up catching the one tumor I have left on my head, and it was bleeding slightly for pretty much 3 weeks. God damn, dude. No. Injuries on the head bleed far too much. Yes, they do. They definitely do. Buying out of the store beer doesn't make you a brewery.
Complimentary
I
treat.
took my first complimentary. Nice. We don't sell beer here. Just the stuff to brew it at home. Oh, yeah, that's right. But now we have our brewery in store and a tap room is 80% complete. Nice. Can't remember the last time I bought beer in a store. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I can't remember the last time I bought beer in the store, but that's because I can't drink beer.
I bought beer
Sometime
almost a
last
year.
week. Yeah.
No, yes, last
Or
year.
last year, rather.
Yeah. Oh,
We still have a beer in the thing there from a couple months ago that you got.
I know.
Once again, we just keep mixing it, make sure we get those mushrooms down into the liquid.
Slaughter Haven says, I've been cutting my own hair since 2009 when my fiance left me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She was a hairdresser. Fight the power.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. That is pretty much cooked.
I gotta throw the vegetables in.
I'm going to. So, first I am going to put some more mushrooms in. Help them soak up a bit more of the liquid.
Bloodthirsty says, forgot to tell ya, I got a second promotion recently. Congrats.
Nice. There we go. We mix those mushrooms in.
Looks so good. Smells amazing.
The mushrooms pretty much just becomes part of the sauce, for lack of a better term, as it thickens up, as we boil off more of the liquid.
I know, I finally convinced him to use vegetables.
It does happen occasionally.
It took me a bit, but I managed. Look, broccoli.
Yes, we have broccoli. Well, hello, broccoli. So, go ahead. I'm going to throw all of the broccoli in.
Yay!
We've got the spring onion leaves. We're just going to use a little bit of the spring onion leaves, not a lot. Because we got quite a few spring onion stalks in there. There's no point in using a lot of the leaves.
Yeah, I know, they're fresh vegetables. Actual fresh vegetables. God.
Yep.
I can't speak today, apparently.
Okay, so we can put these away because we don't need any more of these things.
Mm.
And they'll be used tomorrow. Yes, tune in tomorrow. We're probably going to be streaming cooking steaks. So we'll continue this trend of streaming cooking, I guess. I think that's a good idea. If you guys seem to enjoy it, I definitely enjoy streaming, and hopefully the Maiden enjoys chatting away and being the cameraman.
Not great, but I manage.
You do
and
fine.
I don't always do good with the reading of the comments.
And that's fine. She's overly critical of herself, always has been.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm. Now, something that we have forgotten to put in. I forgot to put in. This should have been done earlier. Ground cinnamon. It is amazing how well cinnamon works with pork.
That's the turmeric.
Little bit of turmeric, basically a dash across the whole thing. I'm not going to put any of the roasted red pepper in. Okay.
Yay! Save my...
And we're just going to do a tiny bit of cumin. Not a lot. Come on. There we go. Cumin's just an accent flavor. It's not going to be a primary.
Okay. White Rabbit says, how goes work for you at the moment?
For me, okay, I guess. I've kind of run out of work. We don't really have any work at the moment for grafting. We've finished it all, gotten it all out to the field. We're just waiting for more jobs to come in. Although we didn't really get much of a slowdown from COVID, we did get about a week or so. The problem that we're feeling is now there aren't any new jobs that are coming up. The jobs that were done have been done, and there aren't any new stuff that's coming around. So right now I'm trying to mix in all these spices. I should have put the spices in and mixed them in when I put the last batch of mushrooms in. That's what I should have done. So it is a mistake on my part. It may result in the spicing being a little stronger than we expect, which is why I'm doing so much more of the mixing here.
Yeah, we didn't put any snow peas in.
No, not this time.
Normally we do.
Yeah, wasn't planning to this time.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's put that back to there. You're going to turn the temperature up a little bit more. We're going up to 7.
Holy crap, I missed a whole bunch of them. Nope, that ain't it. Nope, that ain't it. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thick sauce. Fish, veg, not in a can. Yeah, no, I never do vegetables from a can. I can't stand them. Second one recently. I'm the only person who has had 2 in a year. Very nice, bloodthirsty. It's going pretty well lately, White Rabbit. Thank you very much. I love cooking streams. Oh, thank you very much, Trolley. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, to be honest. Hey, Silent Sheldon, how's it going, bud? The reading of the comments. Hope you're well, man. I am, in fact, doing very well. Thank you so much for tuning in, bud. Take care, everyone. This was fun. You did fine today. Hey, thank you very much, Slaughter. Have a good night, bud. We'll catch you later. What time tomorrow? I think we're probably going to shoot for 5:30 if we can tomorrow. We're going to start a little bit earlier. You know, we're going to start a little bit earlier tomorrow. Just to give a bit extra stuff. Let's go do dad stuff. No worries. So, steaks, the other white meat. This is going to be a Daisy cooking stream. No, there will be no sticks involved. Since we last spoke, I got a new graphic design job with a newspaper. Very nice, Roz. Speaking of graphics, I'm happy to see that my emotes still live here. Of course they do. My company is hiring in the Canadian area, so if you're up for something, let me know. It depends on what you're hiring for, Bloodthirsty, but it's quite possible I may be looking for work. Can understand being distracted by food. Yes, we are definitely distracted by food. So now human flesh on a stick over the fire. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no thanks, dead man.
We need
a long stick. Okay. As that's all working in the thing, we're going to take this time, do a little bit of cleanup. Might as well make things easier for us later.
Managers and stuff?
Okay, you got to give me more information, Blood. Manager for what? Because I can't remember what company you work for either.
Right there.
Guayaki.com. Okay, I think I remember it now.
Sorry about the camera work.
I think I remember that. Is it region specific that you're looking for? Like province specific? Managers in stores, manager in an office? Like I said, you got to give me a bit more information. East Coast director for sales and stuff. Yeah, so I'm not in the East Coast.
No, not even close.
Yeah, I'm in Ontario. I wouldn't be able to do that.
It'd take us 2 days to get to the east.
It's not that bad, but...
Amy. Tea. Sorry, there was a comment about tea. I missed it.
No worries. Yeah, his company makes teas, that's right.
Sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Just keep focusing on the food. We'll start there. And I'll finish up these.
Nom. No worries, we're also looking for Central Canada as well. It's on the site.
Cool. Now again, the question is this more of an in an office position or in stores or like one that drives around to various places? Well, let's be fair, I'd be fine with driving around all over the place. I don't think you would be though.
Actually, I'm not bad with that.
Need a stir?
Yeah.
Okay. Stir towards the middle.
I know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed and with the wrong hand.
Okay. I'll switch it for me. Thank you.
Okay. It's work from home, light travel, sometimes in warehouses.
Okay. Well, I mean, it definitely sounds like something I could do. So it's not in-person meeting then. You're talking about mainly phone calls.
Apparently Amy went and got some jumpy monkey online. I shall never sleep again. I'm not going to comment or read out the, one
No
comment. That looks so good. And the Avalon says drools.
It is definitely coming along nice. We have put all that we need to has gone into it. That can be
He's
washed.
still cleaning up. Sort of.
I'm sorting everything out. So the idea is to have everything done so that when the food comes out and it's ready to go, I don't end up with a ton of dishes waiting for me afterwards. And we're pretty much
Sorry.
lower.
I'm gonna smack you. You're so... Anyways. I won't be able to eat for another 10 minutes. Or 10 hours. Aww.
Why the hell did you come to a cooking stream?
Torture yourself.
Is that Tupperware container clean?
Yes.
Can you throw it in the things that way I don't think about it or keep thinking that it's dirty? Okay, that's everything. Okay. Yeah, I think we're there.
That looks so good. It
Okay.
smells amazing.
Bowls?
Yes, please. Deadman, I roasted some Cornish hens last night with carrots, celeries, and taters.
How do you know that they're Cornish? Do they add an accent? Do they taste funny?
I'm not going there. That sounds delightful. Needs soya sauce. Don't worry, he puts more on his. I don't like that much on mine.
we started with soya sauce when we were cooking it. Okay? At the start, when we prepared it right at the very start, we used both of those, soya sauce and Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire, yes.
Otherwise known as Worcester sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Or Worcestershire.
It's another name for game hens.
I know. I'm making fun, I know.
He's doing up lamb tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice. No carbs. Exactly. I'm on a dang diet.
Yeah, we are trying to keep our carb intake down if we can.
Like I said, when I moved here, I wasn't as big as I am now.
Apparently I cook really well. You guys should taste my meat pies. Aside from a slight hiccup with the batter, as it not being batter, but the filling is really good. Okay, here's one. This is the Maiden's.
Looks good.
I'm gonna go and put that on the camera.
Sorry guys, hold on a sec. I almost got my face.
There we go. You notice the sauce has thickened right up because we've been cooking it without the lid on. So we'll go ahead and turn that off.
I think I'll pass on your meat filling. You know who that's from.
Uh-huh. You know you want it. It is delicious. I will have to make meat pies on stream one of these nights, but first I've got to figure out how to make the shells, because I can't seem to make the pie. I can make the filling
crust.
really good, the crust I have not been able to successfully make yet. Okay. There we go.
It looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. So the big question is, did we have anybody actually cooking along with us?
I have no idea.
We don't actually know if anybody was cooking alongside us or not. Hopefully somebody was. The pork is very nice, and it's not overcooked this time. It could be used to be cooked a little bit less. We were taking a little bit of time while we were talking. But still, very nice.
Sorry about the wobble. I was imagining cooking. Does that count?
Yep. Broccoli is still crisp. Because of when we put it in right near the end. It's cooked, but it's still crisp. Which is what we were going for.
You mean crunchy?
Crunchy. Crisp.
Crunchy.
Anyways. But the neat thing about broccoli, especially in this type of situation, is that in the sprouts itself, there is a lot of liquid in there, right? Because it all gets sucked up inside and held onto between the different sprouts. Because of the meniscus value. Yes, I'm feeling very smart. But anyways, so there's actually a lot of liquid in the broccoli.
Deadman says florets.
Hmm?
Pertaining to the
the
broccoli.
florets, yes. Not everybody knows that term. I was looking for a different one that people would know.
Broccoli sponge. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is ridiculously good.
See, he's teasing the crap out of me. I'm not eating. He is. Eat me before it gets cold. Yeah.
That is way too good. Okay. I'm going to take the camera off the Maiden so that way she can actually enjoy her food. Because it's not fair while she's sitting there filming me and not able to eat her food that she can
Thank
just
you.
smell in the air. So hang on a second, we're going to switch the camera around and then we'll be good. Okay, there we go. So, that's going to be it for tonight's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a wonderful time cooking the... I'll switch the thing around. There we go.
It's called Cherno.
No hat cam. It's called Cherno. Yes, so the name has apparently been set and it's called Cherno now. But it is a pork stir fry with broccoli. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so apparently fantastic. As the Maiden is currently squeeing, which you wouldn't expect to see. You don't normally see a grown woman squee over food, but it does happen occasionally. And I take full credit for it. Regardless of that, so we're that's going to be the end of tonight's cooking stream. But as I have said a couple of times, we are definitely going to set up to stream tomorrow as we do steak, and we're probably going to do some other stuff. And yeah, I'm planning to try and do cooking streams more often. They are the one thing that I am able to do. I have the time to do it, and as I said, I have to cook anyways. I might as well cook for you guys. You guys might as well, see whatever we're having, how we're doing it, and that type of thing. As always, or as is from now on going to be the case, I'm going to try and put up advance notice to let you know when I'm going to be cooking streaming. I will also let you know what you need to have if you want to cook with me at the same time, okay? So that way I can give you guys a heads up what you need to purchase if you want to be able to cook at the same time that I am and be able to cook the same thing that I'm cooking. Regardless, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Absolutely, thank you very much for joining. If you got a chance, give yourself a try on these things. Are one of those things the stove? Yes, the stove is right there. Maybe set up a modified webcam setup in the kitchen. I've thought about it, Dead Man, but as you are well aware, the Maiden is not... she's extremely camera shy. Like, to the point of actual panic. So I've told her flat out that I will not put a camera in the kitchen until she is until or if she is ever actually comfortable with it. I mean, for aiming at the stove. Yes, I could set something up so that it's on the stove, maybe up on the fume hood pointing down at the stove. So that's a possibility. The thing is, though, I'm streaming through my phone. So it's not like I can connect multiple devices in through it in order to do that. We're just using the phone the phone camera. That's all this is. So we'll see. We'll leave how things are as it is right now. We're just going to focus on doing the phone streaming, and hopefully it'll go okay. Regardless, tomorrow we're going to be doing steak and probably mushrooms, and maybe we'll see what else we do with it. Either way, thank you all very much for tuning in. Have yourself an absolutely fantastic evening. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy out there, and we'll hope to see you again. Thank you all very much, and goodbye.